Good morning. It is so wonderful to see all of you. This is Reverend Elizabeth Mora with Unity Northwest Church. I'm just like bursting with what I'm going to share with you today. One of my favorite teachings, and welcome. We are in my living room in Illinois, and this is a special day for us. A couple of things are happening. Unity of Ames is going to be joining us. And I got a welcome kiss to start off my day. I hope that you all got one of those. Not from him, but I hope that you all got one of those. Okay, give me just 1 second because it's coming through my speaker. I am trying something new today. This is really exciting for me. I am using Zoom. I hope that you all got one of those. Not from him, but you all got one of those. Yeah, and I'm realizing that I have a speaker set up to do what I'm doing with music today, but we don't want that going on right now. So I hope that that stops doing what that's doing. Technology, always working on technology. And so, yeah, I'm gonna I know what it is. I've got it. There are so many things that I'm working on right now. So many channels. There we go. I just disconnected it from my computer. Not that you need to know what's going on behind the scenes. For all you know, I'm on Facebook Live as I've always been. It is wonderful to see you on April 26th. Whatever your week has been like, I hope it's been wonderful. But if it's had some challenges, and I'm guessing it has because most of us have, I hope that you can let that all go for right now. Just set it aside and join us for this church service this morning. You are right where you need to be. I feel like I'm on Romper Room each week that I get to look through my magic mirror and see all of you. I've already been seeing names pop up. Karen, one of my friends from theater, is online, and Yvonne and Fee and Aria are online. Tanya's here with us, Carolyn, 2 Chris's, 1 Jeanette, and more are flying by, I'm sure, as we're going right now. I am using Zoom today, so I'm hoping that that will improve a little bit of the technology issues. As always, there may be a little bit of buffering, doing my best to have as much downloaded and continuing to experiment with things. So thank you for your patience as we continue to improve with technology. It's so good to see you. Even though I can't see you, as I see the names pop up, I feel like my living room has just filled up with beautiful people. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's go ahead and open with prayer this morning. A breath is always a wonderful place to start when we pray, to take in some new oxygen, to clean things out, and then to start releasing what we no longer need. We are always in that process of taking in the new and letting go of the old. We keep that which continues to make us healthy and grow and happy, and we learn to let go of that which does not. And not just let go, but transform it, to heal it, even to embrace it at times and let it be the teacher that it needs to be. With gentleness, let's open in prayer today. And we see a movement happening here in our lives. We see the movement of spirit. Spirit comes from the root word for breath. Breathing is a prayer on its own, being part of the divine order of life, the perfect flow to welcome what serves and to release what doesn't, to welcome something new, to bless something old. We welcome Unity of Ames today, who is joining us because Rev Deb is taking a Sunday off, and we have arranged to share communities. So when I take a Sunday off, we will all have the chance to be part of Unity of Ames. And we bless Rev Deb on her day off. We bless Unity of Ames, now a sister church to Unity Northwest Church. And I bless each one of you right where you are. Whatever your day has been, whatever your week has been, whatever your life has been, let us call it all good and helpful and creative because it brought you here today. So let's bless it for what it did, even through the pain, and let's celebrate the joys of your life. Let us remember there have been so many beautiful, perfect moments. And perhaps on this Sunday, in this service, there'll be another one of those transformative times for you. You hear something in the music, you see something in an image, your heart is open. My heart is open to all of you and to the experience today. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to ask my husband, who's watching in the other room, if you could bring me my folder of stuff that I left sitting on my desk. Otherwise, I'm going to have to zip over there. There are a couple of things that I wrote down that I want to remember, and a few things that I have on my computer screen. Something exciting that we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be able to share with you some videos. I'm going to try to click as quietly as possible, but videos and documents that you can see that you're normally not able to do at church because we don't have a screen like this. So we have the opportunity for video and for a screen today. So occasionally you're going to see me kind of look around and figure out where the thing that I need is, and then I'm going to switch over to that, and then I may show it to you. Hey, and there he is again. Delivery with a kiss. Yes, excellent. It's wonderful. All right, a couple of announcements as we're getting started here. A couple of announcements. We're going to continue to have church live on Facebook. We had voted as a board at least through Mother's Day, and now it really looks like it'll be, of course, the end of May with the new update. Of course, as soon as we know that we're able to come back into church and what that will look like for safe distancing, we'll let you know. And I pretty much that you figured that all out. As soon as we can safely open up, however we can, we will. For now, we're so thrilled to have you on the computer here. And I continue with my check-ins with Reverend E on Monday and Wednesday, although I'm not always able to make it exactly at that time. What I would say in general is, if you haven't, please friend me on Facebook, and I share stuff throughout the week, not just my musings, the best of the videos, the best of the jokes, the best of the music that touches me. So if your style aligns with mine and you like the kind of things I like, humor and music, check out my Facebook page. Throughout the week, I have stuff that I hope will lift you up. And we are also doing meditation still, 6 o'clock on Tuesday. That's on this page, on the Unity Northwest page. So you've got 2 pages to kind of keep track of, my personal page and the church page. We have a special offering from Bobby Williams. She is giving us an introduction to soul coaching. She's a soul coach. She's a wonderful woman who's part of our church. So she has offered for a donation given to the church that you can become part of her month-long process of receiving videos and coaching. So please see our website or the email that you got this week from the church for more information. It starts May 1st. So all you need to do is make a donation to the church and to the class designation, to the class fund, and then email Bobby. And all that information is on Facebook and on our webpage. And if you have any questions about anything throughout the week, just give an email to the church, unitynw@yahoo.com. And that's all over our webpage. You can go to our webpage, email us through the webpage, and we will look forward to that. You can also message us through Facebook. And finally, I started metaphysics last week. If you would like to drop in, you can. It's great if you can take all 5 weeks. If you missed week 1 and you're really eager to get into the class, I'm happy to open that up and have you join in week 2. So that's Wednesdays at 7, I'm doing metaphysics. This week, we're not going to have the Thursday Zoom gathering. It will be back. But this week there's a conflict, and so I'm going to take a week off from the Zoom gathering, kind of rethink it, and come back with something the week after at a different time. I have discovered that my meditation teacher is doing a meditation online on Thursdays. It's a really special opportunity, and I'll send you that information too. Robert Brummett is my teacher, and he's doing something online now. So I'm going to move our fun time together, our social time. I'm also, again, going to do something with that. So feel free to send me some email messages about what you would like. I'm going to also do an online survey probably. We're trying to figure out how to continue to stay connected to you, what works, what doesn't. Always open to feedback. Shout out to Dawn for giving me some good feedback for when we get back. So thank you for all of that and all that you do. A couple of other reminders then that I do each week is if you haven't already, please join the email list. That is the #1 way to stay in touch with us. And if you don't already have the Zoom app, do that. And then here is my email address. It's backwards in my screen, so I don't know if it's backwards in your screen. But again, if you have any questions, there's a gajillion ways to reach out to us. Please do, because it really means a lot to us when we hear from you. A lot of you have been asking, thank you so much for your concern about giving to the church. I'll mention this again later, and there are several ways to donate. You can send a check, you can set up online banking, or you can donate right here on Facebook. And we have updated the giving on our webpage. At the very top, you click the donate button and you go straight to a giving page. Thanks to Kelby for making that simpler, and to Jeanette and Linda for pointing out that it wasn't as simple as it could be. Always making improvements for you folks here. It's great to see you. Feels like I have one or two other things I was supposed to say, but I don't remember, and that's okay. And you're going to get that even more when we get to the service part of this. And now let us state an affirmation, the one power affirmation. I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, and then we'll say it all together. There is one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good. I'll say it again. There is one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good. Let's say that together. There is one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good. There is always good to be found in every situation. It may not mean that everything feels good all the time. It may not mean that you ultimately label that as a good thing, but there is an essence of goodness, a principle of goodness, beauty, light, health, everything that we hold dear. That is true in every situation. The potential is there. And our work as conscious warriors is to continue to bring that out more and more in our life, and to be okay when it doesn't feel that way. There's room for both. The absolute and the relative are both true for us. Let us now sing one of our favorite songs from the hymnal. I picked something that I think both churches will know. We are free, we are unlimited. We're going to sing 2 rounds of it. And now we're going to pause because I need to reconnect my speaker to do this part, and it should work okay. Doing this to hopefully improve on the sound that's coming through. I'm continuing to take webinars and learn how to do things better, and I hope it's going to work because I had a... It'll come on eventually. Right now.
I found you. Disconnected. Ready to connect.
Hi, everyone. I was busy trying to get that sound thing figured out. It had connected to my phone. That is the problem. Everything is so smart that I had the speaker connected to the laptop, and next thing you know, my phone's starting to go off. So, all right, continuing to learn, but the next sound's going to be better. And I wanted to take a moment to look online on my phone because I'm using a different thing here, and give a shout out to the folks that are online today as much as I can. Chris Selvik calls this my romper room moment. So hi to Chris and Jennifer, Yolanda. I think we have several Chris's. Blanket hello to Chris's, got a lot of those in our world. To Carolyn and Jeanette, to Fee, to Yvonne, to Aria. We have a few kids watching today. Arturo's in the back room there. Tanya's here. Ed is here. Karen, Cindy, it's great to see Cindy F. And Sally, Hannah.
Ready to connect.
This is so exciting, seeing some names from Iowa. I remember Sally, I remember Clark. So this is neat. When I was in school, a couple times I went to Unity of Ames, and then Rev Deb and I are friends, so I came and did a retreat there. So I have a special place in my heart for you, and also for Iowa, because that's where my grandparents and my dad is from. And so I spent summers up in Dike, Iowa, near Waterloo, and Ames always has a special place. So it is really exciting to have Ames and Northwest on today. Hi, the Bostons. Hi, Pat. It's great to see you. Our other Chris, Beth, who does so much for our Facebook page. She's on with us today. Karen and Mary are with us this morning. Hi, Linda from Unity of Ames. Again, so exciting. Dana's on the phone. Ruth and Dallas, they come as a pair. I've never seen them separate. I know that they are always going to be on here with us. I so appreciate that, you two. Ron is on. That means Tim can't be far behind. We've got a couple brothers here. Hi, Cindy, our new board member. Mark, I'm guessing Bobby is with you there as well. Our other Jeanette, you're on there. It's great to see you as well. Jeanette says, blessings from Hal and Jeanette. That's right. Whenever I see Jeanette, hopefully Hal is not far behind. Marcia Garzon is on from Unity Fox Valley. It's wonderful to see you today. Jennifer says, thank you. Greg Coles, a dear friend, is watching. I think I've gotten everyone. Arturo says, hi, Greg. Hi, Janice. All right. Jose Mora, my brother-in-law, is watching. Thanks to everybody who's watching. If I missed you, hello to you as well. I know last week I missed Don, and he said, you didn't say my name. And I know that I still like it when I'm doing a video, when I'm watching something and they say, hey, I see Elizabeth's out there. I know, it's sort of petty, but I guess Romper Room instilled that in this. I just want them to say my name.
Ready to connect.
So, no, you're not ready to connect. You've already connected, I hope.
MacBook Pro.
MacBook Pro, yeah, okay.
Connected to MacBook Pro.
There we go. I hope my speaker is now fully connected, because when I, yeah, it's connected. When I tested this all, and of course everything went perfectly at 8 o'clock this morning when I tested it, and a few little glitches came up in the meantime. And now I am going to play one of my favorite introduction meditation songs from the Levins. And I am going to, I've used it before, we're going to use it again today. It's Sin Sum. It's a beautiful rendition, and I'm going to get that song going for us here as we start to prepare for meditation.
Create some room, hold back, let something else be. Create some room, hold back, let something else be. Let yourself go where you don't know. Every everything seems soon. Create some room. Pull back. There's more than just me. Seems soon. Create some room. Pull back. There's more than just me. Let the silence ring. The answer
To all things, let it be. Let us now pull back, pull within to this open space that is a blank canvas for us. And as I enter into this beautiful time of pulling back, relaxing, and embracing all that is, I feel my body relax. Let the stress and the tension just fall away. And right where I am, let me remember that I am perfect, I am whole, I am well. All is in divine order. I can trust and have faith in this place in consciousness that is full and overflowing with love and kindness. This is my sanctuary. It is with me always. I remind myself by tapping in whenever I can in a dedicated time of meditation and also throughout the day. A breath can be all I need to re-center in the truth. I create from within in my consciousness, and so I connect there. I bring it forth, I nurture it, I water the seed of my consciousness, of all that is good. And let me rest now in this place of God, in this holy place within me. I now rest. The peace of God is within me. Let nothing disturb this peace. Underneath any trials, any challenges, this peace remains. It is solid like a rock, always there for me. And for this time together, I am grateful that I have connected with so many households, so many souls. I have attempted to create a connection across state lines. We are one with Iowa, we are one with Illinois, we are one with each other on this day, and this will make a difference in my life, in the life of this church, and in the world. The more we come together and spend time in this way, the stronger we all are. And so it is. Amen. Welcome to a couple other folks who have joined us today. It's great to see Cheryl. It's great to see you online. My dear friend Ann from Kansas City. So we are now in at least 3 states. And I see that Joan Jacobson is online by phone. That's wonderful. Jeanette is doing such a great job to make sure that people are getting online where they can. That is fantastic. Now, an artist in school with a promising future in front of him, enjoying his art, creating, and then suddenly he starts to shake. He's shaking so that he's not able to draw even a straight line. And his art continues to get worse, the challenge, he's not able to create the art that he had been creating. And so he finally drops out of art school, and then he eventually drops out of school completely. And then something draws him to say, well, let me at least go see a neurologist and see what they might say for me. And so he does. Let's let Phil Hansen tell us his story as I switch over and bring you the video. And make sure that I'm sharing my screen.
I had to rely on other people to create the content for the art. So for 6 days, I lived in front of a webcam, I slept on the floor, and I ate takeout. And I asked people.
For some reason, I pulled up the second one. Now let's listen to the one we're meant to listen to. So he can no longer draw, and he finds himself reaching out to a neurologist to see what might be different.
Nerve damage. And he actually took one look at my squiggly line and said, well, why don't you just embrace the shake? So I did. I went home, I grabbed a pencil, and I just sort of let my hand shake and shake. I was making all these scribble pictures. And even though it wasn't the kind of art that I was ultimately passionate about, it felt great. And more importantly, once I embraced the shake, I realized I could still make art. I just had to find a different approach to making the art that I wanted. Now, I still enjoyed the fragmentation of pointillism, seeing these little tiny dots come together to make this unified whole. So I began experimenting with other ways to fragment images where the shake wouldn't affect the work, like dipping my feet in paint and walking on a canvas. Or in a 3D structure consisting of 2x4s, creating a 2D image by burning it with a blowtorch. I discovered that if I worked on a larger scale and with bigger materials, my hand really wouldn't hurt. And after having gone from a single approach to art, I ended up having an approach to creativity that completely changed my artistic horizons. This was the first time I'd encountered this idea that embracing a limitation could actually drive creativity. Pencils I already had, I made this project for only 80 cents. It really became a moment of clarification for me that we need to first be limited in order to become limitless. I took this approach of thinking inside the box to my canvas and wondered, what if instead of painting on a canvas, I could only paint on my chest? So I painted 30 images, one layer at a time, one on top of another, with each picture representing an influence in my life. Or what if instead of painting with a brush, I could only paint with karate chops? So I dipped my hands in paint and I just attacked the canvas, and I actually hit so hard that I bruised a joint in my pinky and it was stuck straight for a couple weeks. Or what if instead of relying on myself, I had to rely on other people to create the content for the art? So for 6 days, I lived in front of a webcam, I slept on the floor, and I ate takeout. And I asked people to call me and share a story with me about a life-changing moment. Their stories became the art as I wrote them onto the revolving canvas.
We first need to become limited to become limitless. It almost feels like the anti-unity saying. We start out with, I am free, I am unlimited, and we are. I like that what Phil is doing here is he's just coming at the truth from a different direction to begin with. He's coming at it from his human limitation, his human experience. We have the absolute and the relative truths in our life. And really, there's only one truth. There is one thing happening here. There is consciousness. There is life. There is this thing that is happening. And we understand it on a couple of levels, though. We experience it as there are divine ideas. There is a perfection. There is an ideal underneath everything. And there is the human experience that we're living that is not that, but is one point of it. It is also perfect, but it is not the totality of the idea. So the computer that I'm looking at right now, there is the idea of a computer, a divine idea of what a computer is and what it does. And then there is my computer. And my computer is wonderful and it's great and it's perfect exactly as it is. And there are other expressions of the computer that are also wonderful. And some do some things better and some do others better. That is the relative world, the relative experience. So there are artists and there are art. And then there are those that are limited in some ways and not in others. Imagine if you pointed every day with a pen, and that is what happened with Phil. He went like this so many times that he actually ended up with nerve damage. And so now he can only shake. And you think about what is like that in my life. How am I like Phil Hansen, the artist? Where are the places that I've got to shake? And maybe I'm embarrassed about it, or maybe I fight it. Maybe I hate my shake. And how can I embrace it, and what might it do if I did that? Because everybody's got to shake, folks. I'm starting to tear up just thinking about it. Everybody's got shakes. I've got shakes. People literally have the shakes. We've all got them. It's kind of like this big secret that we're all hiding. I think the shake lives in the shadow. And we are all about, in unity, bringing light to the shadow. There is light, and that is the truth. And it helps us heal our sad parts, our broken parts, by admitting that we all have a shake. Like I have a shake right now that is called this little big thing of hair that just will not stay down. That's like my video shake. Because I know sometimes I watch these videos and I'm like, wow, look at her hair just sticking up like that. I can't see anything except that hair that's doing that. That's how the shake becomes, I guess. We start, so that then there's nothing that we can see but the shake. And then if we look at it with a different lens, with this lens that Phil Hansen is telling us, now things become exciting. What can I do with my shake? How can I work with my shake? How can I cure my shake? It doesn't mean that we aren't still looking for a way that we may be able to address something. But no matter how many things we address, there will always be the next thing. Because we're always growing. There'll be something else that we're going to work on. And for many of us, if not all of us, we all have a thing that is probably the shake. The life lesson. I have this life issue, and we call them life issues because they stay with you for life. We all end up having something like that. Phil has his in his hand. Wherever yours is, how can that limitation Be something that you embrace and transform. I'm going to flip over to some slides that I put together on the things that Phil shared with us. And I'm going to share with you as we learn to embrace our shake. And as soon as I make this full screen, then you're just going to be so impressed. Ooh, there it is. There's our artist, Phil Hansen. Look at that tiny work. Even though he has that shake, look what he's done. He's still doing fine, detailed work, but in a different way. That's the circle painting that he was doing. And I wanted you to see a couple of these. There it is together. The full picture of it. And you can go on his website and see the amazing art that he has done. All of that are people's stories. That's the karate chop one that he showed in the video. And so he says that we need to first be limited in order to become limitless. Kind of an upside down concept for us. We need to first be limited in order to become limitless is like saying we first need to express in the relative world to be able to experience the absolute. Maybe in recognizing when the limits come up, that's what shows us the fullness. And it could actually drive creativity. And I'm going to pause for a second because Arturo is showing me something. It is telling me what now?
I'm not sharing the right screen, I think.
I'm not sharing the right screen. I'm not sharing the right screen. Thanks, Arturo. It's good that I have a tech person coming to fix me here because I thought I was showing my current screen. And I should be able to see it. Okay. So thanks, Arturo. Let me back up a little bit so I can show you some of the artwork that came up. One more time, gang. One more time. There it is. Sure enough, I was sharing the wrong thing. Imagine what next week's going to be like. So swell. There we go. So here is the picture that he shared. My screen lags. There we go. That is the picture of everyone's story. That is the picture with the hand chops. We need to first be limited in order to become limitless, and it could actually drive our creativity, what we can make out of something. Here is another great piece that Phil did. These are the words to the I Have a Dream speech put together into the image of Martin Luther King. All of that came because of an artist who couldn't do his art anymore. So inspiring. Let the outcomes, the failures, and the imperfections, let them all come out. Be unencumbered by results. What a great message for all of us, to be unencumbered by the results, because that is so often what can stifle our creativity, that we want it to be perfect. You know, they tell writers to just start writing and not to edit when they write. They tell artists to do that too. Just get something out on the canvas, start to do something, and stop being our own worst critic. And as I was considering Phil's wonderful story, it brought back to mind this book, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. I'm betting that we have a lot of Brené Brown fans on the line today. If not, you might want to check out her work. It's a work that I think goes really well with unity. It goes really well together with how to bring together our absolute and our relative experience. And Brené Brown talks about the gifts of imperfection, that it's in embracing those things that we become real and authentic and vulnerable where we can. She writes a lot about vulnerability and where you feel safe that you're able to do that. And let me share a couple of the wisdom thoughts from Brené Brown as well, because she has been another powerful teacher for me. And let's see if I can get, somehow, there we are. And once again, I hope I have the right screen up. And this is the work of Brené Brown. Perfectionism is a 20-ton shield that we lug around thinking it will protect us, when in fact it's the thing that's really preventing us from being seen and taking flight. Any perfectionists out there? Any recovering perfectionists? I know that I am a recovering perfectionist, and it is a huge weight on us. So can we see ourselves and see others and not expect them to be perfect? It's definitely something that I heard come up a lot this week in phone calls with ministers. I'm on a lot of different sites and chats and webinars and things like that. And we aren't alone in this, but boy, in this time of trying to reach out to you and make sure that we're all in the right place, and do we have our technology right, and what's the right topic to talk about? Should I mention COVID every week? Perfectionism. I hear ministers saying that they're working harder than ever at a time when we're getting a message from the universe to slow down and to remind us to stay in place. And instead, we just go online and we get busier than we've ever been. Well, I don't think that's the point. And yeah, there's a lot of learning to do, and I get that. And I'm struggling with it myself the first week. I didn't know who was going to be on when or where, so I was out there. I wasn't, working 7 days a week, 24/7, but there's a different energy that comes with living right now. And we need a few more breaks. We need a few more naps. We need a little more chocolate some days. Instead of, I'm going to do the shut-in perfectly. I'm going to get every project in my house that I've ever wanted to do done. And I'm going to learn a new language and a new skill. And if you do, God bless you, but you're probably going to just wear yourself the heck out. That's the perfectionist gene. And we all have it a little bit, and some of us have it more than others. And so it's okay to be imperfect. As a matter of fact, you are already, and it's wonderful. You're imperfectly perfect, and you're perfectly imperfect. Chew on that one for a while. Brene also says, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. I think I'm supposed to be a perfect minister. That's my shake. I'm supposed to get every Sunday right. I'm supposed to have the right music. I'm supposed to be in the right place. I'm supposed to make everyone happy. I'm supposed to be able to counsel every person and teach every class and get every need met. That got programmed into me somewhere along the line. You're supposed to make sure everybody's happy. That's my shake. And so I embrace it by recognizing that I have it. This is my shake. And I put in ways to watch myself and catch myself. Number one, Arturo. When I'm overdoing it, honey, you gotta let me know. I embrace the shake too, because it's also a gift to care about people and have compassion. I don't abuse myself over it and say, I can't believe I'm such a perfectionist. I can't believe I'm such a people pleaser. Well, some days I do. But I say, you are someone who loves people. You are someone who wants to be out and doing things to help people. And so occasionally, or often sometimes, you aren't going to be what somebody needs. You aren't going to get it quite right, because the truth is that all of our growth comes from within us anyway. I might just be a conduit, but I don't make people grow. I just open up an environment for people's growth. Authenticity. We also read this concept in the Bible. Agree with your adversary quickly, whilst you are in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver you to the judge and the judge to the prison, and so on. Agree with your adversary. Not a line that we pick up a lot in Unity. We have other favorite lines, but agree with thy adversary can mean metaphysically agree with the dissonant thoughts that we have and recognize they are a teacher for us. And when we look at them that way, we don't need to fight them. And so finally, let me end with a few things that Brene shares with us. We cannot selectively numb emotions when we numb the painful emotions. We also numb the positive. To live this full life, there are shakes and there are overcomings. So no matter what gets done and how much is left undone, I am enough. I hope that you can say that with me. No matter what gets done and how much is left undone, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Yes, I am imperfect and vulnerable and sometimes afraid, but that doesn't change the truth that I am brave and worthy of love and belonging. And that is the truth of you, my dear. You get to embrace your shake. You get to embrace that shake because it is part of you. It is part of you, and it is a beautiful part. And it is a part that by embracing it and by looking at that shake, that you overcome. And you overcome perfectionism by saying, this is part of me. And I'll tell you one place where I know that this really helps, and it's with the physical side of aging. Because the message for me of, oh, I'm going to feel the same at 80 when I was 20 is not working, folks. If it's working for you, that is great. And that means that you are an outlier. And outliers are blessings because they show us what's possible. But the myth of the outlier is that we're all supposed to be like that. And we all have different gifts. And one of my favorite expressions of that comes from Neil deGrasse Tyson. This struck me so much in one of those little Parade magazine articles where they said, are you afraid of getting older, Neil deGrasse Tyson? No, I used to dance, but I've had my time as an athlete. This is a different chapter of my life that would have been impossible in my physical prime. But my mental prime is still being developed. I look forward to all that I can contribute to this world because of my age and life experience in a way that would have been impossible at half my age. I'm cool with that. That's how you embrace the shake, folks. Let's be like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Let's be like our friend Brene Brown. Let's be like Phil Hansen. Let's embrace that shake. Because we can all be superheroes. This fits right in with a video from Daniel Nahmod, and I know the Unity folks at Ames love Daniel Nahmod because he did a concert for them, and Deb loves Daniel. So they've been blessed with him. Well, he did a fantastic video this week that I'm going to close out with and share with you, making sure that I share the right screen and all of that. I want to share this amazing video with you from Daniel Nahmod. You are a superhero. Embrace the shake. Feel free to get up and dance. When it gets going, it gets going.
I always wanted a red cape on my back. I always wanted to be the best in my pack. I always wanted to be known to be good, to be the hero of my own hood. If I could just fly, I could save everyone. Stop all the wars so nobody's gotta run. All the killing, all the crimes, pain and suffering. It's getting tougher to be buffered from it all. Are we gonna make it through? Is it gonna fly back in? Cause if it don't come right now, I don't think good will win. Time is running now. Do we wanna wait for him? Or is it our time now to bring the good back in? We don't have to leave tall buildings in a single round. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack soon to take us to the ground. It's up to me and you. Right here, right now, superhero, na 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 na, superhero, whoa, 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 superhero, na 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 na, superhero, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's so much pain, and though I can't fly, I can do my little part here before I die, yeah. I may not win the Nobel Prize, but at least I can try to be a little more kind, spend a little more time in my changing life, yeah. Like giving a hug when somebody is down, feeding the soul when there's nobody around. Small things that can change the sound, and the vibe of the spirit that can change a town. Started small, now it's touched the crowd. The crowd is growing, now the word is out. And if we all do our parts, we can touch the clouds. Without a cape and a mask, we can touch the clouds. Yeah. We don't have to leave tall buildings. In a single bound. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack suit to take us to the clouds. It's up to me and you. Right here, right now. Superhero. La, 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 la.
Don't worry, it'll come right back.
Superhero. Superhero. It's the smallest things that make a difference, and all the power's locked within us. All we gotta do is find the key and turn the latch and set it free. Yeah. We don't need to be fast and strong, cause a kind word can go a long way. Help someone whose faith is gone to get back up and carry on. Maybe it's too hard to understand, think it's too much for us to handle, but I promise you that you can, cause you don't need to be a Superman. We don't have to leave tall buildings in a single bound. There's a lot of good that we can do. Standing on the ground. We don't need a jetpack suit to take us to the clouds. It's up to me and you. Right here, right now. Superhero. Superhero. Change your town. Superhero. The word is out that if we all do our parts, we're heroes. Without a cape and a mask, we can touch the clouds. Yeah.
Superhero. You are all my superheroes. Thank you for being with us this Sunday. Remember that you can donate in a number of ways to Unity Northwest Church, and we appreciate your support at this time. You can send a check to the church just as you always could. You are also invited at this point to get onto your banking system and set up automatic payments. It is so much easier than trying to remember each week or each month. So if you need help doing that, let us know. And you can give online, a couple of ways. You can give right here on Facebook. There is a donate button at the top of the church Facebook page. You also can hop over to our webpage and you can give online. There is a donate button at unitynorthwest.org. Pretty sure that Arturo has put that in the chat box earlier, and he may put it here again. I'm a little out of breath because I was dancing over in the corner. So if you would like to give online, you can also go over there and donate through our app online. Very simple to get on, just like most churches, and we sure appreciate your support. It continues to keep the staff employed, to keep our building going. We do have Betsy in during the week, and we're grateful for all of her work, and we have all of our expenses that we have minimized, and you are keeping this message coming out onto Facebook. You are helping to support the musicians who are still supporting us, and they especially need it. All of the gig workers in our economy right now. I know I've made a few donations from my benefit check that we got from the government. I took some of that right away and turned that around to give it out to people like Martha Creek, the Levins, to Megan, to people like that I've heard from. So, and the church will continue to do its tithing. So as we take that love offering in consciousness, while it's not going into a bank right now, we bless each of you in the way that you donate, that you give to the church. And I know sometimes people say, I wish I could give more. I know we appreciate everything that you give. Know that it is enough here. Please don't add any guilt to your world. Say, I am grateful to be able to give. And so if we say our blessing together, if you know it, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. We are now going to switch over to our virtual fellowship on Zoom. The link is on our Facebook page, so just click over to the events. I almost think I could probably keep going, but I'm not going to do that because this needs to end so that the link that I already set up can work. So we will have fellowship. Come online, show us your face for even a couple of minutes. It would mean a lot to us. It would mean a lot to me. I see you fly by on the chat room, and I would love to just check in with you. So if you can, jump over to the Zoom page. And again, I think Arturo is going to put that down here. We look forward to seeing you. And why don't we close with our prayer for protection? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. And the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, including my shake. God bless.